welcome back to another episode with me, Living Free Ashley, and welcome to my new home. We did it, we made the move, we're super stoked. Don't have any furniture yet, but that's okay. We've gotten settled in, we've started working on getting ready for the outdoor reno. There's gonna be some massive changes out there. We're gonna fill in the pool and we're gonna make it this outdoor oasis. So we've been dismantling and weeding away and getting ready for the contractors to come in today, actually. So that's pretty exciting. We're exhausted, but happy to be in this new house, and we're looking forward to all of the changes we're gonna make. One of them being this kitchen eventually. It'll probably be about a year down the road or so. But yeah, I'm excited to start doing videos again in this nice open kitchen and getting back to it. So when I started thinking about what recipe I should do today, I wanted it to be two things. I wanted it to be easy because I'm pretty tired. And two, I wanted it to be using my Vitamix because I have my Vitamix back and I'm so happy. If you've seen my previous videos when we were in the Airbnb, they had a blender for us to use and it was fine. It was a fine blender, but it wasn't a Vitamix. So I have this lovely girl back in my life and I couldn't be more excited, and I wanted to use it in my video today. So all of that being said, we are making an easy tomato basil pasta sauce. Why? Well, during isolation, we went through a lot of pasta sauce. It just seemed like an easy thing, throw together some pasta, whatever protein we wanted, and then some pasta sauce. But I went through so many jars, and usually glass pasta jars are great because you can take off the label and take off the glue and gunk, and you can reuse them, which I do quite a bit, but it got to the point where I just had way too many jars. I discovered this all when I was unpacking the house, and I was like, uh-oh. That's too many. Nobody needs that many jars. Luckily, I posted them on just like a zero waste site, and there was a lady who needed them for an event coming up. So they're going to a good home and they're going to get reused, and I'm happy about that. But it made me realize that I just need to start making my own pasta sauce and putting it in the freezer in my own glass jars, and then just pulling it out of the freezer when I wanted to. So that is what we are doing today, and here is how you make the pasta sauce.
Okay, so start by lining 2 baking sheets with silicone mats or parchment paper and preheat your oven to 450 degrees. For ingredients, you're going to add about 10 cups of tomatoes that have been quartered. I'm using tomatoes on the vine, which are also called Campari tomatoes, which I learned today. But you can also use Roma tomatoes or cherry tomatoes or a mixture of all of them. You're going to take 1 white onion and quarter it as well, and then spread that evenly on the baking sheets. Next, take a 1/4 cup of packed basil and spread that out as well. I unfortunately had to buy basil this time because my basil is still regrowing from my last pesto recipe, but I did replant it and it is starting to come back and grow really well. And then for spices, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of crushed red peppers. Omit this if you don't like spice or heat to your pasta sauce. Sea salt and black pepper to taste. I like a generous amount of both. 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And you're just going to spread all of those evenly on the 2 baking sheets. And now this is the fun part when you get to get your hands dirty. So get your hands in there and just mix everything together really nicely. And next, you're going to bake it in your preheated oven for about 40 to 45 minutes until everything is nice and roasted. You'll actually smell it in your kitchen, so that'll help you figure out when they're done, but I go off of the brownness of the tomatoes and the onions. I've seen in some recipes that some people like to cool the tomatoes and then peel the skin off, but I don't think that's necessary, so I'm keeping the skins on. So after you let your vegetables cool for a little bit, transfer it all to your Vitamix. Make sure you get all of the juices and spices that are on those baking sheets into the Vitamix. Or if you have a blender or food processor, that'll work too. I'm just excited to use my Vitamix again. And you're going to give that a good blend until your desired consistency of pasta sauce. Give it a taste and make sure it's flavored exactly how you want it, and then pour it into your mason jars. It filled 2 medium jars for me. Make sure you leave a little bit of room at the top if you're putting them in the freezer because the pasta sauce will expand a little bit, and you don't want to break your glass jars.
Easy, right? I mean, almost too easy to not have been doing this a long time ago. I feel silly for only starting to make my own pasta sauce now, but hey, you live and you learn, right? And next time I think I'm going to double this so that I can have 4 pasta jars in the freezer because we do go through it quite a bit in this house. So I would recommend doubling the recipe if you have like a big family or you just want to stock up like me. And this is just a pretty basic tomato basil pasta sauce. You can really change it up to however you like your pasta sauces. Add more basil, add less basil, more garlic, less garlic, the list goes on. So you can take this basic recipe and then interpret it to however you like your pasta sauce best. Now, before I sign off, I do want to say that I am very aware of what's happening around the world with Black Lives Matter, and I'm very aware of my white privilege, and I am trying my best to learn as much as I can and educate myself, and I am trying to amplify as many Black voices out there that I can, and I'm learning about Black-owned businesses and trying to support those businesses as much as I can. And as a vegan who, and I want to say a new vegan because it's only been a few years, and I've learned about the environment and I've learned about the animal welfare and being a voice for the animals. I also want to be a voice for the human race because I don't really think that we can have this perfect, harm-free planet until everyone in the human race is looked at as equal. So I'm probably not being very eloquent with my wording here. I know what I want to say, but it's not really coming out how I want it to. But as hard as I am learning and fighting for my beliefs when it comes to veganism, I want to be doing the same when it comes to Black Lives Matter. So I hope all of that makes sense. I hope that everyone else out there is learning and educating themselves and using their resources to help those that need the help. So thank you again for watching another episode with me, Living Free Ashley. Don't forget to subscribe and please like this video if you liked it, and cheers to living free.